Tomb Raider 2013 early Ascension footage. So my understanding, let's see. Check out this footage from Tomb Raider Ascension, which took Tomb Raider deep into survival horror territory during the exploratory phases of what would eventually become the 2013 reboot. It was through Ascension that the team honed in on telling an origin story through the lens of survival. Interesting. Okay. What do we got? Early footage. Okay. Very Tomb Raider-y. Makes sense. This FOV is painful though. They really got that backwards running animation going good. Like it's all they're doing. I get it. They want you to be able to run and then look behind you. Okay. Some outdoor stuff. Locate the tomb. Some little platforming stuff, flamethrower stuff. Yeah, dude, they'd done a lot of work on this. And to anybody who's like, oh, it looks bad, like it's super early development. They're more just testing ideas. Like, does this work? Does this not? Oh, geez. Horseback riding? What? It's like big open world sections where you're exploring. That's actually interesting. I mean, if you're going to be a Tomb Raider, why not actually give you a big map to explore to raid tombs? You know? Maybe. Tell me you think, Liz. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, I mean this... Oh, geez. Yeah, it's like Tomb Raider meets... Oh, God. Meets Elden Ring meets... Shadows of the Colossus. Oh, dude, they have like actual... terrain deformation? Honestly, that's wild. Run! That's one thing I can't stand is when like there's something really intense like that happens and then it comes out of the cutscene and the character is just like standing there. It triggers the hell out of me. At least Naughty Dog like starts the player sprinting. So then you just take it over sprinting. That works way better than this. Where it's like, oh my God, it's gonna kill me. Run! Go! Like I can't stand that. I can't stand it. I'll give them credit. They fix that later, but I mean, that's pretty cool. They had a bunch of like monsters. Oh, God. Combat. Dude, yeah, I'm kind of like bummed that we didn't get a version like this. What we eventually got definitely was way different than what they'd done before and very different from this. This feels like more of a natural evolution instead of just like an all-out reboot. This just feels like a really elaborate sequel. Or spiritual successor, or whatever you would want to call it. But this at least feels especially in movement, to be a follow-up, whereas 2013 just felt like totally different. But yeah, this is very, very different. Like big boss fights under the kid. Like, wow. Definitely very, like, I don't know what you would call this art style. It wouldn't be like fantasy. Or I know some people say like high fantasy, but it's like low fantasy because it's got like some fantasy elements mixed in. But oh, that's fascinating. Oh, maybe one day we'll get the reboot to the reboot. Yeah, it's like surrealist horror, maybe. I don't know. Would have been really cool. Yeah, I would be interested in it. The Ascension logo doesn't fit with Tomb Raider at all. Well, it also is like straight up. It's like straight up what they called that one God of War game. So that one didn't do too hot. Sure didn't. Sure didn't. Modern Gothic. Okay, I can say it. But it's also like surrealist horror, erotic. But that's just me. Oh man, I don't know. I think Daniel might be with you on that one. Those new Tomb Raider games are so boring. I think, like, I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to ground it a little, and I think that that's fine. And again, I mean, we're looking at this 10 years in the future, so it's hard for us to rewind the clocks and see what it was like. But I think if you're going to go grounded, by going grounded thematically and in the setting, you lose a lot of excitement that can come merely from the set dressing and from how things look. It's like, I heard James Cameron interviewed about Avatar 2, and he was like, honestly, a lot of directors will cut things from the film if they are only there to be gawked at or only there to be looked at. And he said, I've never understood that. If something is interesting to look at, put it front and center. Give the audience the chance to look at it. It's not that complicated. And I think for like certain settings, certain art styles, just certain themes, like, you know, survival horror or whatever, just those settings or those themes can be compelling in and of themselves, where they offer some sort of entertainment value to the player or to the viewer. Where like I find myself just enjoying running through Yarnum because I appreciate the architecture and the art design and everything. Whereas they set it like it's Bloodborne, but it's designed just like the small city street a mile to the east of here. Like that would be much less compelling to me because it's grounded, but it's mundane to my lived experience. It's just not that interesting. So I think for them to go grounded like they did was interesting, but I think you have to balance that out with something else. Like something else has to make up for that lack of, it's like not novelty, for its lack of novel elements. Let's just say that. Something's got to make up for it. Like The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 are very grounded in a lot of ways, but they also have crazy, beautiful graphics for whenever they launch. They also have phenomenal art direction and very compelling stories. And then they also mix in zombies. You know, they didn't just go like grounded, real world kind of thing. I was trying to find like a fancy word for it, but I couldn't dig it up. He took my thing.